Hey guys, what is up? It is Spooky Noodles, and I apologize once again. I'm still trying to find a new location to film, and I'm trying out different places in the house. This is not the best one, I can already tell. It's kind of cluttered in this room, and my laptop's not sitting on anything. It's sitting on my lap, so I apologize if the camera kind of tilts and stuff like that during this filming. It's on my lap, so there's nothing I can really do about it right now. I'm looking into getting a desk for my room so I can film stuff. And yeah, we just have to move those lockers, and then I'll have some room. I need a desk anyways because I have a bunch of books that I want to keep nice, and I need a desk to put them on. Right now they're just sitting on Chester's cage getting dusty, and I don't like that. So, but yeah. Anyways, that's besides the point. Today we are going to talk about how far I've gotten with my reading this year. It's kind of a confusing year because a lot of stuff has interrupted my reading as of late. I haven't really been like reading full time, you know. I've been reading when I can, and I've been getting into some spells lately, and by spells I mean I just don't feel like reading or writing or doing anything. So those spells like really kicked me in the pants lately, and yeah, I just got out of a 5-day one. So yeah, they're not fun. Not fun at all. But I just got out of one of those spells, and now I went ahead and read a lot. I started at 45% in Until Summer Comes Around, and in 2 days I read most, like, 55%. So one day I read all the way to 80%, so that was awesome. But yeah, it's I hear the ice cream truck. If I only had the money. But sorry, that's the fat kid in me wanting ice cream. I'm trying to lose weight lately, and it's been working, but at the same time, it's not. So I mean, it's complicated. But I apologize for the ice cream truck going by. Here it is. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but it's right outside. Do 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 do. I was waiting for it earlier, and then I realized I had no money. But yeah, reading slumps and all that stuff. But I've read Until Summer Comes Around by Glenn Ralph, and amazing story. I gave it 4 stars. The only thing that factors in is that I like vampires, and I like what he did with the vampire story. The only part I didn't understand was the Ferris wheel scene. There was just one option that wasn't explored, and I wish it was explored and at least given a reason why it couldn't happen. Like, at the end of the book, well, I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's just a scene at the Ferris wheel that makes me go, like, scratch my head, like, why didn't they just do this? It's one thing to make excuses for the book, but I like when books, like, exclude everything. Like, they say, yo, we can't do this because of this, you know. So it makes me wonder why they couldn't do that, and there's not really any reason why they couldn't do what I think they could do. But that's besides the point. I wanted to talk about how many books I've read this year. It's been 5 months. We're almost into the 6th month, so that we're almost to the halfway point. And I've read a total of 20 books. And it says I'm 9 books ahead schedule because I plan to read 30 books in 2020, and that was setting the bar low. And so I'm going to hit 30 books for sure, but I was actually planning on hitting like 50 books after I made this, you know, set my goal to 30 books. I really wanted to get to 50 books because that's what I did last year. I got around like 50 books, and it felt good. I didn't realize I got 50 books until I checked off all the books that I read. So I just wanted to take a second and talk about the books that I've read this year. Excuse me. And yeah, so I just recently started doing Chester reviews. Um, I've done 9 total Chester reviews, and out of those Chester reviews, I have to say those below the Treehouse and Jacked are my favorites so far of the Chester reviews. The books themselves are great too, but I liked what I did with those reviews. And yeah. But for the books that my favorite books so far in the year, it's hard because I read a lot of good books. A lot, and almost all of them are horror, but except for one. One is a sci-fi version of Moby Dick. That was good. Until Summer Comes Around, it reminds me a lot of Romeo and Juliet, like a dark vampire version that is set in the 80s. I wish I said that in my review, but I didn't. Or, well, in Chester's review. I wish I said that in Chester's review, but well, not me say it. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, the only book that I think I did not like out of all the books I read this year is Mongrels by Stephen Graham Jones. Other than that, the first book I read of the year was Dean Koontz's The Voice of the Night, and that book blew me out of the water. It's my 3rd favorite coming of age story of all time. And it's hard because the list continuously changes. The more I look back on books, the more I like them. So, like, I'm seeing books shift. Even though I gave them like 4 or 5 stars, they're like leaping over stars, books that I got higher stars, or higher rating. And I think it's because the overlap, the more the book sits with me, the more I enjoy the thought of looking back and thinking about what I just read. A lot of these are physical books. Only a few of them are audiobooks. The Voice in the Night, The Turtle Boy by Keelan Patrick Burke, Speed Demons by Jeff Beasler, The Ballad of Black Tom, Little Brothers by Rick Atala. But then after that, I only have one audiobook, and that's The Dog Walker by Jack McWiggins. I think that's his name. So, like, lately I haven't been doing audiobooks that much. I have been listening to Victor LaValle's The Devil in Silver, and it's definitely not The Ballad of Black Tom. His talent of writing is there, but I'll talk more about it in my review, but it feels like a 2 to 3 star book at the moment. Maybe it's because I have personal connections to mental illness, and I know how the mental hospital or psychiatric hospitals work. Because the way these patients are treated are kind of like bonkers. And I thought the book was set at like an earlier time, like in the like 50s or something, but then they brought up stuff about like stuff from nowadays. And it made me think, so this is taking place in 2008 when Obama was in presidency. And it just makes me curious, like, because sometimes he spits out some facts and they're true, but I guess you wouldn't actually know how a mental health care center would work if you never have been there. Because there was some times where I was like, yeah, that happens, and then there were some times where I'm like, that could not happen, and or I'd be like, what about this and what about that? Like, he doesn't even like nurses go around, like, they do rounds every night, and they do like 2 rounds every night while you're asleep. They take your blood pressure and they check your vitals and stuff like that, and then they give you some medicine, and then they leave the room, and then they come back like 2 or 3 hours later, do the same thing, and then leave. So there's like a scene in the book where 2 of the patients hook up and make love in one of the guys' rooms. And in my head, I'm like, that can't happen because the nurses would do too many rounds and would catch them, But I get it, it's a fiction tale, it's fiction, work of fiction, anything can happen in fiction, but But if it's set in reality and it's set in 2008, then like I feel like more research needed to be done for this book, especially since it's such a interesting topic, or a very touchy topic, I should say, mental illness. He does say a lot of good things and a lot of right things and a lot of facts, but at the same time, there's like you can tell, or at least I don't want to jump to conclusions, but you can tell he's never really been to a psychiatric hospital. And if he has, then I apologize. Maybe your stay was different than my stay at the psychiatric hospital. I've been to 3, and they all treated me the same, so I can't imagine it being different. But yeah, not fun times that I'm talking about here. But yeah, that's just my experience. There's just like scenes that happen that I'm like, that's a little bit out of the realm of possibility, and it breaks the it breaks my what do you want to call it, like my realistic view of the book. Like I can't get myself into the book really well. I can't get lost in the book when I know there's like scenes where I'm like, oh, they're gonna get caught, obviously, because nurses do rounds every 3 to 4 hours, and it's like it doesn't happen, and it's like, what? And usually there's a like, I don't know, maybe it's different for people in New York, but here in Michigan, psychiatric hospitals are not like what they are in The Devils in Silver. And I don't think I'm gonna bring it up in my review, if I do a review, because I might not do a review. I don't tend to like doing reviews where I actually give negative reviews. I really like to give positive reviews, and if I don't like a book, then I just don't make a video out of it, But lately I've been doing a lot of 4 to 5 star books, and I feel like I should release a low star book in Chester reviews, so people will trust Chester reviews more. I'm a very honest reviewer, and even though I did not get this book for review, I just feel like I should give you my honest opinion. And at the moment, it's a 2 to 3 star book. It has the ending still. It has like 3 hours and 20 minutes left in the ending, or in the book, and it has a chance to get itself up to a permanent 3 to 4. I don't think 4 stars, but it has that shot to make it a 3-star book. But right now it stands at between 2 and 3, and if it still is like that by the end of the book, it will probably be a 2-star book. I hate to say that, because he wrote the Ballad of Black Tom, and the Ballad of Black Tom was amazing. I think I gave it 4 to 5 stars. I can't remember the exact stars I gave it. I think I gave it 4 stars. And yeah, the Ballad of Black Tom was just fantastic. But The Devil in Silver, I'm not digging it so much. But this wasn't really about The Devil in Silver. This is more about the books that I've read so far. I've read 20 books in the year. So if you double that, it would probably be, we get to the 6th month, which is June. When we get there, you can double up how many books I've read so far, and it would probably be 20. So I'd do 40 books total. That's not where I wanted to be for the whole year, so I really have to step my game up in June and July, which is very difficult because I'm reading chunkers. I'm about to jump back into Island by Richard Lehman. I was really enjoying this book, but I'm at 108, page 108. It's a big book. It's a really big book, and I keep telling myself, hold off on it, even though you're doing a readathon, your own readathon. Hold off and try to read some other books that are shorter and just get reviews up. And yeah, I have some Silver Shamrock books I need to still read. I have a buddy read that I kind of dropped out of that I would like to get back into. And then you have Island by Richard Lehman that I really want to read, but at the same time I'm like I need to pump out the reviews and get my total of books read, finished. So yeah, there's a lot of books I want to read, and yeah. But if I was to say my favorite book so far in this year, what my favorite book is, that's tough. Geez, that is really tough. I really like Speed Demons by Jeff Bezos, but for my top two favorite books of the year, I'd have to go with, I guess Within the Woods by Tony Urban would be a close second, but first would be Matt Hayward's Those Below the Treehouse. And both of them are coming of age stories, so you know what I like. I like me some coming of age stories, and those two blew it out of the water. I got Those Below the Treehouse as a review copy, and I did really good with the review. At least I like to think I did good with the review. I wish I started Chester reviews at the beginning of the year, so there was like a lot of books that I had great ideas for afterwards. Like I'm like, oh, I could have done this with Chester, and I could have done that with Chester, and maybe one day I'll go back on books and review them, and just write out my review that I wrote on Goodreads, and then just edit it a little bit, and then redo them as Chester reviews. But I don't know, people on my channel don't want to see the same review twice, even if it's a cute tortoise doing them. So yeah, like John Stur's Down on the Farm was an excellent book. I think I gave it 4 stars. Let me check. Wow, it has such a low rating. Yeah, I gave it 4 stars. So yeah, I think I only read one collection, and it was a anthology. And that was Burnt Fur, which I actually really liked. It was crazy. But yeah, that's what I've read 20 books so far this year, which is not where I wanted to be at all. Like I set a goal, but I was expecting to smash that goal, and now I'm just gonna get over it. I might get over it by 10 books maybe, depending on how many books I read this next 6 months. But I'm really, really disappointed by how much I have not read, and I feel like I had something in between my teeth this whole time. Sorry if I did. I did a lot of, I think Coleridge is the only 3-star book I did on Chester reviews so far. Every other one has been 4 to 5 stars. So I think Jacked got a 5-star rating. Yeah, Jacked got a 5-star rating. And Those Below the Treehouse got a 5-star rating. In the Scrape got 4. The Resurrectionist got 4. Until Summer Comes Around got 4. Burnt Fur got 4. Coleridge got 3. Soul Eater got 4. And The Dog Walker got 4. So it's like I've had 2 5 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4 stars, and then 1 3-star on Chester reviews. And the first 2-star might actually be The Devil in Silver, depending on how it ends. And that's kind of depressing. I thought there would be more, like, The Devil in Silver. I figure there would be, like, this monster chasing them around in the psychiatric hospital. But I really was interested to see how he did it, but it's not like that at all. And it's disappointing. But anyways, it wasn't really supposed to be about that book. It's supposed to be about how much I've read this year, and really, my time has been split between reading and writing. And when I get into funks or things are going around me, you know, those times, sometimes I have to say, do I want to write or do I want to read? And I have to be honest here, I'd rather write than read. Because I really want to get some books out there. And right now I stand at 1 book published, but I have another one in the works. My editor has to edit it, and then my cover artist will make the wraparound, and then we will be done. And then it will go on for sale. But unless I decide to add another novella to the novellas. But as it stands, yeah. But just to let you know, when I have my time split and I have to make a choice between writing and reading, I will always choose writing. Most of the time I'll choose writing, and the only reason why I wouldn't choose writing is if I don't have anything creative to write. Sorry, I'm holding back a burp. And yawn. But yeah. I'm just, I don't know. I just feel like writing more than reading most of the time. Unless, of course, I can't figure out what to write, then I like to read. Like right now, I'm about to try to write a little bit, and if I can't write anything, then I'm going to Richard Lehman's Island. So, anyways, that was just a quick video to show you where I'm at currently in this year. We're 5 months, almost 6 months into the year, and I've read 20 books, which is very disappointing. I really wanted to get up to 50 books this year, and if I'm 20 books at the halfway point, then very disappointing. Because now I've got to really kick it up a notch. And I have a lot of books that are short that I can read very fast, but I feel like that's cheating in a way. But I'm not reading like these big chunkers. I wish they did like a page limit. Like instead of doing how many books you read in a year, how many pages you read. Because if they did it by pages, then it would be a different story entirely. Like because I've read a lot of books and put them down. And yeah. Like I read like 200 pages in Father's Little Helper. I read 200 pages in Bad Brains by Kathy Koja. So there's just books out there that I've read a little bit and I've set them down. Bite by Richard Lehman. I've read so many pages in that. Not this year, but I read so many pages in that book and didn't finish it. So yeah, I think I rambled enough today. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you have a spooky night. Hopefully I hit you with a writing vlog later. And if I do a writing vlog, I may do it live and see how that goes. If I don't do it live, then I don't do it live. Because I doubt anyone's going to watch it in the first place. But it would just be for me to record and then post. You know, it probably won't do it. I'll probably just record it and then edit it like I like to edit it. So, but I'm going to dive into The Thing in the Ward now. I don't remember where I last left off, but I was getting to the good stuff. I don't know if I want to start the action like right away, or if I want to hold off a night and then have the action happen the next night. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It's a short story at the moment, but it could easily become a short novella. And if it does become a short novella, then you better bet that that's going to be in the next book that I release, the novellas. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying your day. I already said the outro, so I'm just going to say peace out. So, peace out.
Now I am become death, the destroyer